That's Coldplay, that's Will talking.
Sorry.
Johnny, give us a couple of words. You have to come round to the side.
Michael.
That's Chris Martin in the studio. That's Guy Berryman.
Hi there.
And this is Michael Stipe. Hello.
Hi.
Hey!
So, Michael, we have Coldplay here.
How lucky are you? I'm in the windowless bunker of Twickenham, and you're sitting there with Coldplay.
This is true, and actually on the the fourth floor, so we actually have sunlight, but you're in a bunker, you say?
Yeah, well, there are no windows here. They put me in the room where all the, I guess, the rugby players or the cricket players take their baths together.
You're actually in the Twickenham changing rooms.
I am, yeah. That's my dressing room.
But does it smell of medication?
No, it doesn't smell bad at all. I have to say, the team that plays here must have pretty good hygiene.
Michael, are you naked in the bath with the rest of r.e.m?
I am, in fact, naked, Chris. I texted you that I would only do this interview in association with Coldplay. I was able, if it was clothing optional.
Well, we're all naked here.
Fantastic.
In the bath. And we're happy to hear that r.e.m. are, as we speak, live in the bath in Twickenham.
How's your week been, Michael? You've been away, where, Germany and France this week, is it?
Yeah, we've been kind of jumping around a lot. It's been really fun, a little bit exhausting, but I got some good shopping and a little bit of museum and gallery looking in, so it's been good.
Because I was about to say, is there, for you, surely all the sightseeing has been done, surely you've seen everywhere?
Well, things keep changing, you know, you got to stay on top of it.
Yeah. do you sightsee Coldplay on your way round? Guy's got his camera now, obviously.
In fact, the last time we went sightseeing was with Michael Stipe from r.e.m. in Athens, Georgia.
That was good fun.
And he took us on a sightseeing tour of Athens, Georgia, where the home of r.e.m.
Right, yeah, of course.
The band that we all know and extremely worship.
Michael, did you have one of those, you know, where the tour guides have an umbrella, just in case these people behind you got lost?
Yeah, Athens isn't quite big enough for Coldplay to get lost in, so it was easy to keep up with them.
But it was pretty great.
Yeah, that was good fun, I have to say.
When did you first meet you guys?
We approached, we were in Los Angeles in 2002,
yeah.
And Michael appeared to be wearing pajamas in the lobby of a hotel.
Right.
And I thought this was fascinating. So that, combined with the musical brilliance, made me yearn for an introduction.
You didn't just think, there's a man sleepwalking in the lobby, no?
So then he came over and was very, very sweet to us, and r.e.m. have always been very sweet to us, and we are always extremely happy to be in any way associated with them.
That turned into quite a week, didn't it, Chris? I still got pictures from that was a pretty wild week, even for Los Angeles.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
it was heavy.
It does remind me as well that we should mention the r.e.m. There's a book of r.e.m. photos, which is how recent is that, Michael?
The book just came out a couple months ago. I did a book signing actually. There in Piccadilly at the Waterstones with David Bilal, who's the photographer.
Because it's amazing behind-the-scenes look at the bands. And you must know, David, particularly well, because I notice there's at least 2 or 3 pictures of r.e.m. at urinals.
Well, we, as you're finding out live on the radio right now with Coldplay, we spend a good bit of time in changing rooms of rugby arenas and stadiums.
It's true. So do we.
But you see, but Michael, the thing over here is, but you know, the British. This is why it seems so weird to us. We don't even look at each other on the tube or have to take photos of each other. You know, you never take photographs of somebody in a lift, let alone in a gents.
Yeah, it speaks more of David's ability to be fly on the wall and to have a very quiet camera while clicking away. And the book really does show not just r.e.m. and not just really for r.e.m. fans, but I think it really shows what it is to kind of travel at velocity for any band, for Coldplay, for r.e.m., for anyone.
Well, in fact,
speaking of Coldplay, was it? I think the last time I saw you guys, in fact, was at Madison Square Garden, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah, that was one of the most unbelievable. Do you remember? I sent it around to the entire band, but I've taken to texting during shows if I know the band, and I just text my immediate thoughts. And then I wait until after the show to send it, obviously, because you wouldn't have your phone in your pocket on stage.
Johnny wouldn't bother Johnny.
You text Johnny now, man, because he's taking calls as we speak.
That was one of the most amazing evenings, watching you guys perform, and and do all the new songs there, and the show, and the way that you kind of seamlessly brought, I think, live performance into the 21st century. Speaking as a fan, it was a great moment for me and a great night.
We're nearly half as good as r.e.m.
Oh, stop!
Hey, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How does Twickenham feel? You're going to do the big stadium.
It's beautiful. The sun was shining on about half the field when we did our sound check, and I don't know. I don't know that I've ever been here before, but it's pretty amazing.
Who's playing before you?
We have Guillemots and Editors.
Great.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
So we're going to try. We've got to do this other concert, which I think finishes just as you go on stage. Is there any way that you would tell us what your first song is going to be, so that people like us who can't make the beginning?
I just looked over the set list with Peter and Mike, and actually Robin Hitchcock is back here. And I think the first song is going to be Living Well is the Best Revenge.
The first track off the most recent album?
Yes.
Accelerate by r.e.m.
Yeah.
Now available.
It's a rip-roaring start to the album as well.
I'm not one to stand in spin. We're living well to get revenge. That's how Michael sings.
I think you were, yeah. Anyway, well, enough of that.
How's it been, Michael? 'Cause you've been on tour since, what, May? Going around?
He's been on tour since 1978.
That's true,
Yeah.
actually, to be fair. But do you move the set around now? Have you got the optimum set? Do you know exactly, which ones? And what is the point of the set that you look forward to and think, this is where I'm going to get a real chill?
We have a slam dunk set that is pretty much, if somebody's got a head cold or isn't feeling great, we've got a set that we can kind of fall back on. But we try to change it around as much as possible. We're doing a song tonight that we've only done once on this tour.
What?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah.
We're going to do Perfect Circle tonight.
Oh, man. That's one of our favourites.
And
that was written by Bill Berry on the piano in 1980.
I don't know what else, but we try to change it around and keep it interesting for us.
And so,
the point that I enjoy, I like going out into the audience, and Chris Martin is the king of doing that.
I'm not the king, I'm the prince. I'm the prince of doing
live
that.
radio.
would you do Coldplay on this tour? Are there one of those parts of the set where all four of you are together in the middle of the audience? Because you've done that in the past.
We do that. It's our new thing that that's the one thing that r.e.m. and U2 and all the people that we steal from didn't ever do yet, is go right to the back as a little group of people and play a acoustic bit, which sounds rubbish but looks good.
Right.
So we do that in an attempt to be original, because all those big boys have B stages, so we took it one further. You know what we did?
Had a C stage.
We had a C stage.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's one letter more.
It's one letter more. This is one bit further.
Michael, is it strange for you being outside of away from the States in what is obviously a very important year in particularly American politics this year? I mean, obviously this week was the Democrat conference and the swearing in.
The whole band,
actually,
we did a festival in Paris the night that Barack Obama gave his speech at the Democratic Convention, and I know that everyone stayed up. We were up until 4:30 in the morning to see it live, because nobody wanted to watch it on YouTube the next day.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to kind of be a part of the moment when he accepted the nomination, and obviously to hear what he had to say.
It was pretty great, man.
Pretty great. Yeah.
Are you back in the States for the elections later?
We are going to be in the Americas, but I'm not sure if we'll be in the United States.
Do you have to do a postal vote, or can you do a proxy vote, or how does that work? Because you don't want to lose it, right?
We call it absentee. I have to do an absentee vote.
Wow.
It's just a bummer that George can't do a third term. Isn't it? Does anyone else feel that?
I just threw up in my mouth, Chris. Can you comment on that?
Is anyone else annoyed about that?
You see, the great thing here is Chris Martin's done that brilliant BBC thing. Michael, we have to do this on the BBC. But it's balance, for sake of balance. There's
really?
political balance.
Like Fox News, fair and balanced.
Fair and balanced.